Hi there. I am out here lunchtime gardening. So it begins, the lunchtime gardening begins. I work from home, and if I have time, I try to get out here on my lunch hour and just do a little something in the garden. So I don't have a lot of time. I think it's like 11:58, and I probably should be back in at my computer by 1 o'clock. So I've got about an hour. And this is just really busy time of year for me at my work. So I'm trying to decide what I want to try and tackle. Every single day, this woods back here gets a little bit greener and a little bit greener. And before you know it, it's going to be completely green right before my eyes. And so I'm thinking I might want to clean some more of this woods out right here. I've got some like wild blackberry bushes right in here. Or black raspberry, or whatever you want to call them, bushes in here, and I want to clean those out so this hill doesn't encroach on this little section right here. It just kind of makes me nuts. And I eventually want to make a path that goes down into the woods and goes around. Or I was thinking I might want to go out in the gully and fix up a little like circle bed that is driving me nuts. I kind of just threw it in a couple years ago. Planted some grass, a little path around it, and it's just really bothered me ever since. So I'm going to walk around for about 5 minutes. I'm going to stare at this section, I'm going to stare at that section, and decide what I want to try and tackle. I feel like it's going to be this, because before you know it, like I said, this area is going to be full of leafy brush, and I do not want to work on this area when it's got all the brush all leafed out. So I'm thinking I might do this, but I'm gonna go take a look at that real quick and just see what I decide. So I'll be right back. I have decided to clean these bushes. I have decided to clean these bushes. I have decided to clean these bushes. No turning back. No turning back. All right, let's do this. I'll get you a little bit closer look. It is crazy right now. It looks like there's, it's just wide open spaces, and that is definitely not the case. Like I said, this place starts to leaf out really quick. You can see it's already beginning, and before you know it, it's just crazy in here with scrubby shrubs. So I want to get rid of all these blackberry bushes right here, and that like a towel or something, get rid of these, and then eventually I want to plant a bunch of ajuga on this hill. I have ajuga right over here on this hill, tons of it, and I can transplant it and you won't even notice that it's gone. And I want to place it on this hill right here, make it look a lot cleaner. So let's start to tackle it. Now this stuff is super pricky, so I'll have to be careful, but I think what I'm gonna do is dig it out. I'll have to dig it out with my shovel, and then I'll make a pile over there, and I'll end up burning it when I burn my other pile that I've got started, because I eventually want to clean this whole area up back here, and so I don't want to throw it into the woods, because then I'll have to clean it a second time. So I'd rather just cart it over there and put it in a burn pile. All right, let's do it. No turning back. No turning back. Like growing into my grasses up here, I've got some nice grass and 9-bark plants up here on the other side of these wood chunks that I put as like a border, and it literally just like creeps for the light, for the sunlight, and comes into my garden bed. And these things spread like wildfire. They do produce berries, but I've got them all over my woods. I've got them even in the gully. They produce tons of berries. So I don't really need these right here. So I'm just gonna grab it very carefully, because it is pokey, and see if I can pull it out. It broke. It's been a little bit wet and rainy, so I might be able to pull them out, but no, I'm gonna have to get my shovel. growing right and rooting into my garden bed there. Ugh. See? The end went down and created an entire massive root. The end of the tip of it, like that, went down, touched the ground, and created this giant root. So, yeah, they drive me nuts. Get this out. They come out pretty easy. It's just they're pokey. Oh, there you go. Make a little pile. Just kind of keep going. My hair is already driving me nuts. I'm gonna have to put that back. Ow. To get different kind of gloves, but these are the only gloves I have. Oh, I've been wanting to do this for forever. I just haven't had time because it does take a little bit of time and effort, but if I don't do it right now, it's too late by the time it all grows up. Okay, that's a weed. I'm gonna dig that out. Alright, I'm gonna put my hair back because it's driving me nuts, and then keep going. Holy cow, what a difference. I ended up just throwing it down there in a little pile. It was so pokey that it was like sticking to my clothes and my hat and everything. It was really making me nuts, so I just got really mad and threw it down there. And I thought I'm just gonna let it dry up a little bit, and then once it's dry, I'll carry it to the burn pile and burn it. But look at how nice and clean this is. And I ended up raking all the old leaves up from in here. I still have some weeds I'm gonna go over and pull in a second, but what I did was I took all the weeds that were here and I threw them on this kind of open dirt spot right here until I can transplant some of my ajuga. I don't want this ground exposed if I can help it, because weeds will just grow in here. They're gonna end up growing in here anyway, but I'd like to do the best I can to prevent that from happening. But once I have time and once I let this, oh look, here's another one that just seeded itself in there. I'll dig that out. But all this in here is ajuga, and it is gonna get ready to bloom here in the spring. It blooms a beautiful blue, like electric blue flower on it. So I'll let it bloom and then I'll transplant it after it blooms. which will be actually nice to get in here because as you can see, I've got like some grass in here taking over that I can kind of clean out as well. So the idea is, this all needs to be cleaned up too, but this whole side of the hill right here is just beautiful with ajuga. And like I said, just want to kind of continue it. I just want to continue it in through here and then on the back side of that hill as well. And it will just kind of act like a retaining wall almost is what it does. So it helps retain the soil in. But anyway, I'm going to go in here and kind of clean up some of the weeds in here. The weeds over here are a little bit worse. And then I'll clean up all these weeds and then I'll get that cleaned up and I'll check the time, but this area should be good to go as long as I have extra time left on my lunch. I can't believe I did all that in my lunch break. I mean, I guess, it doesn't seem like a lot, but that was a lot for me only because it's been like 3 years since I think 2020 when we put our pool in. I've been wanting to do that and I've just been doing other jobs and that falls by the wayside. So for me, that was a lot. That was a big deal. Alrighty, let's go check out what we did. I'm pretty happy with it, and of course there will be weeds that pop up. It's just inevitable. There's like a hair on my face. And there might be even more black raspberry bushes that pop up, but at least it won't be out of control, and I'll be able to control it from here on out, and it'll be all ready to put my ajuga all in throughout here once it's done blooming over there. I can't wait till you guys see that ajuga. I think I've showed it before. It's the chocolate chip ajuga and it's just so beautiful. But boy, does it feel good to get this little area cleaned up and ready for the fun stuff. Like I said before, this type of a job is not super glamorous. Well, honestly, gardening sometimes it isn't really glamorous, but there's always those one jobs that you're just like, oh. I think that's one of those jobs that sorry. I think that's one of those jobs where it's always in the back of my head. I don't necessarily want to do it. If I'm going to be honest, that wasn't very fun for me. Maybe if I had some music out here and like Hank Williams was playing or Loretta Lynn was singing to me or something, I think it would have been more enjoyable, but I was trying to just get in and get out before the end of my lunch break. So I have to admit, like, there are some things that I do out here and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do that, but I know I have to because it's going to look so much better and it's going to prepare me in the long run to do what I actually have in mind to do for that area. So anyway, feeling accomplished. And when I looked at my clock before I pulled those weeds, it was 12:44. So I'm pretty sure that we're approaching that 1 o'clock that 1 o'clock period. So I better get back inside and we will see you guys next time. Hopefully, if you want to come hang out, you're more than welcome to poke on the movie and come hang out with me. I sure do appreciate it. I can't say that enough. But anyway, have a wonderful day and I hope to see you soon. Bye. What are you doing, bud? You want to say hi to everybody? haven't seen you in a while. Say hi. Tell them what you're doing today. Tell them you're bird watching. He's watching the birds.